Hello dear students, welcome to this online video lecture. Myself Pawar M.A. from HM College, Karad, conducting here this video lectures under the Rayat Online School Education, that is the ROSE project. I am conducting here third lecture from biology. The topic is conservation and environmental issues. Move on to the next slide. Last lecture we have to study the biodiversity current scenario and loss of biodiversity. Many causes of the biodiversity loss, overexploitation or fragmentation, destruction. These are the causes of the biodiversity loss. Now today's lecture we start. Next point is conservation of the biodiversity. What is mean by conservation of the biodiversity? Biodiversity conservation means protection, upliftment and scientific management of a biodiversity to maintain its optimum level and to derive sustainable benefits for the present and future strategies is called as the conservation of the biodiversity. So, scientists have identified more than 30 regions in the world as a biodiversity hotspot. We should participate in conservation biodiversity. We should not disturb the native plants and animals so they can live freely in their natural habitat. Land fragmentation and deforestation is making several species homeless, or plants and animal species are homeless. Humans are also need to take a responsibility for their action of and stop the polluting the environment. It's very important. The picture shows conservation of the biodiversity. Move on to the next slide. Why to conserve biodiversity? The reasons for conservation for biodiversity can be classified into three categories. First category is narrowly utilitarian reason. Second category is broadly utilitarian reason. Third category is ethical reason. Move on to the next slide. First category is the narrowly utilitarian reason. One by one we study the three categories. First category is the narrowly utilitarian reason. Since time immemorial, humans are reaping material benefits from biodiversity. It may be deriving resources for basic needs such as food, clothes, shelter, or industrial products like resins, tannins, perfumes, base, etc. For aesthetic use and in ornaments or artifacts, medicinal use of plants and animals is another major factor. It shares 25% of global medicine market. Moves to the next slide. Around 25,000 species are put to use by tribals worldwide as a traditional medicines. Several are yet to be explored for their potential as a medicinal plants. Many plants and animal species are used in a medicinal purpose. Next, nowadays a bioprospecting of economically important species is carried out. Bioprospecting is a systematic search for development of new sources of chemical compounds, genes, microorganisms, macroorganisms, and other valuable products from nature. Moves to the next slide. Second category is broadly utilitarian reason. If we find out the cost of oxygen cylinder and try to calculate the value of oxygen we breathe with, such as animals play a crucial role in pollination and seed dispersal. Many animals or birds are very important role in a pollination or a seed dispersal. Amazon forest is estimated to produce 20% of total oxygen of the Earth atmosphere. Means Amazon forest is estimated to produce 20% oxygen for Earth's atmosphere. You must have come across the news about devastating fires in Amazon rainforest in August 2019. Moves to the next slide. These are mainly caused in Brazil and are more man-made than natural. The slash and burn policy of locals to reclaim forest land has caused a towering 9,06,000 hectares of forest devastation only in their year 2019. Moves to the next slide. Third category is the ethical reason. We have to right to destroy the diversity simply because we share the earth with them. All living beings have an equal right to survive irrespective of their known or prospective economic use. Moves to the next slide. Conservation means sustainable use of natural resources. There are two main types of conservation strategies. The picture shows biodiversity conservation and their strategies. First, in situ conservation, and second strategy is a ex situ conservation. Moves to the next slide. The chart shows biodiversity conservation strategies. First is the in situ conservation and second is ex situ conservation. In situ conservation means on-site conservation and ex situ conservation means off-site conservation. In situ conservation under protected area network like sacred groves, sacred lakes, second biosphere reserves, national parks, wildlife sanctuaries is under the protected area network and the biosphere reserves under the terrestrial and marine. Next, ex situ conservation is the off-site conservation under the sacred plants home gardens, second seed banks, field gene bank, cryopreservation and botanical gardens, zoological gardens and aquaria is under the ex situ conservation. So, we study the first in situ conservation. Moves to the next slide. In situ conservation. What is meant by in situ conservation? In situ conservation means in the original place we conserve any plants or animals, or also known as the on-site conservation. In situ conservation means the process of protecting an endangered plants or animals species in a natural habitat is known as the in situ conservation. So, protection of an organism will automatically take place if its natural habitat is protected. This is called as a in situ conservation. Example of in situ conservation is announcing Kanha Forest as a tiger reserve. Around 34 biodiversity hotspots have been identified by the conservationists. There are regions with high species richness as well as density. These areas need to be protected strategically by setting legislative measures apart from awareness and conservation. Moves to the next slide. In situ conservation also includes introduction of varieties traditionally used into farming and horticulture. Example is in situ conservation of in Maharashtra. Paura tribals in Satpura have protected varieties of corn with different colored kernels. The picture shows corn with different colored kernels is the example of the in situ conservation. They protect the Paura tribals in Satpura. These colored kernels are protected. These are the protected varieties of the Paura tribals in Satpura. Moves to the next slide. India has three of world's biodiversity hotspots: Western Ghats, Indo-Burma and Eastern Himalayas. The first picture shows Western Ghats. The second picture shows Indo-Burma and third picture shows Eastern Himalayas. These are the three of world biodiversity hotspot. India at present has a 14 biosphere reserves, 19 national parks and 448 wildlife sanctuaries. In Maharashtra, there are 5 national parks and 11 sanctuaries. Moves to the next slide. Indian culture and tradition are always connected with nature and ritual are laid down protect biodiversity. In many culture, stretches of forest were set aside and protected in the name of Almiti, which are called as the sacred groves. Such sacred groves are found in Khasi and Jenta hills of Meghalaya, Western Ghat region of Maharashtra and Karnataka, Arvali hills of Rajasthan and Bastar, and Chanda and Sarguja areas of Madhya Pradesh. These are found in the sacred groves. Moves to the next slide. Sacred groves serve the only chance of survival for some endangered varieties of animals and plant species. Tribals do not allow to cut even a single branch of tree from sacred groves. The picture shows actually sacred groves. See the pictures. These are the sacred groves. Moves to the next slide. Second conservation is ex situ conservation. It is also called as off-site conservation. Ex situ conservation is the conservation of relocation of endangered or rare species from their natural habitats to protect areas equipped for their protection and preservation is called as the ex situ conservation. Sometimes when a species is critically endangered, special measures have to be undertaken to protect it. Many species are critically endangered or endangered. So, measures have to be undertaken to protect. Need to be protect their species, animal species or plant species. It might be protected in captivity as one of the measures of protection. This is called as the ex situ conservation. In this type of conservation, living beings are protected away from their natural habitat is a special settings. Wildlife safari parks, zoological parks and botanical gardens serve this purpose. Moves to the next slide. Animals which have decreased in number are allowed to breed in captivity in order to protect them. Example, Crocodile Bank of Chennai is the example of the ex situ conservation. Seed banks are established to conserve wild varieties of food, grains and vegetables. Nowadays, modern techniques like tissue culture, in vitro fertilization of eggs and cryopreservation of gametes are used to protect endangered species. Modern technique is a tissue culture technique. In lab, we cultivate any plant species or any animal species are formed. It is a modern techniques of the tissue culture, in vitro fertilization of the eggs and cryopreservation of gametes are used to protect endangered species. Moves to the next slide. The picture shows the ex situ conservation of the examples: botanical gardens, zoological parks, aquaria, and the seed bank is the example of the ex situ conservation. Moves to the next slide. Next point is the Biological Diversity Act 2002. In India, participate in Earth's Summit Rio de Janeiro and is a party to Convention on Biological Diversity (CBD) in 1992. In order to provide framework for the sustainable management and conservation of our country natural resources, government passed the Biological Diversity Act in the year 2002 in compliance with CBD, Conservation on Biological Diversity. CBD stands for Conservation on Biological Diversity. The law broadly defines biodiversity as plants, animals, and microorganisms and their parts, their genetic materials, and byproducts. It excludes value-added products and human genetic material. Moves to the next slide. It is regulation of access to Indian biological resources as well as the scientific cataloging of traditional knowledge about ethnobiological materials were the main objective for proposing their act. A three-tier system has been established with National Biodiversity Authority (NBA) at the national level, the State Biodiversity Boards (SBBS) at the state level, and Biodiversity Management Committees (BMCs). These are three systems has been established. It is mandatory for foreigners, NRIs, as well as Indian citizens and institutions to seek permission from NBA before exploiting local resources. These are the three systems has been established: the National Biodiversity Authority, State Biodiversity Board, and Biodiversity Management Committees. Moves to the next slide. NBA has a power of civil court. Not seeking approval of NBA can incur jail and fine up to 10 lakh rupees. There is the Biological Diversity Act 2002. Now today's lecture we study the Biological Diversity Act and conservation of the biodiversity. Conservation of the biodiversity is the two strategies, ex situ and in situ. In situ strategies is in situ conservation is called as the on-site conservation, and ex situ conservation is called as the off-site conservation. And their examples of the in situ conservation is the biosphere reserves, etc., sacred groves, and ex situ conservation examples of the botanical gardens, zoological parks, aquarias, and seed bank. These are the examples of the ex situ conservations. The biodiversity very important for the animal and plant species are protect in their natural habitat. They need very important, and humans are participate in the biodiversity conservation. The next point is continue in the next lecture. Thank you.